Good morning. Today is Tuesday, 15th October 2024. My name is Vijay. Welcome to yet another episode of pre-market commentary. Today, I think will is likely to be one of the more exciting days. If you really look at the title, it talks of parabolic move. Now, why parabolic moves happen is what we'll discuss later in the program. But prior to that, let's just go back to what happened yesterday. So markets closed bright yesterday. Many people were not expecting it, but I think the bulls always surprise the majority because going into the weekend and even yesterday morning, most analysts, even the most reputed analysts, were very nervous, negative, looking at the previous low being broken, using all kinds of analysis, technical, fundamental, Elliott wave, GAN, all of them said the previous low, last week's low, will break. As usual, the bulls gave a surprise. So Nifty reclaimed 25,100, 24,700 and below was where most people were expecting. So it's mainly HDFC Bank, which was, it came out of the blue for a lot of people, and LNT also, which is very surprising for a lot of people, not for me, because LNT is, I would say, a sleeping tiger. ITC was another contributor. Nifty Bank also, it ended above the key moving average of 50 and 100. Now the technical analysts at least have to change their opinion if they're really good technical analysts. Then you had mid-cap index surge intraday. In fact, during the day, mid-cap index and the broader market were generally subdued, but at the end, it also jumped. So it jumped about 450 points away from the lows. Sensex closed about 600 points, Nifty Bank about 650 points, and there was buying which returned in IT stocks, mainly led by Wipro, which talked of a bonus issue later this week when the board meets. So Reliance Industries and HCL Tech, where the focus, Reliance Industry is, it has been hammered left, right, center. It is in fact trading at the June 4th low. There are very few large stocks which have gone there, and Reliance is the largest stock apart from HDFC Bank. So HDFC Bank also has not gone there, but Reliance actually touched that. I was quite confident that we'll see a pullback. Now results were expected, and HCL Tech also, before the results, it just moved up. We'll come back to that later. LNT rose, ONGC fell. Well, the OMCs moved up because the oil prices were weakening during the day. Two-wheelers are doing better than four-wheelers in autos, and festive demand is supposed to be good. And two-wheeler sales vis-a-vis what happened last year is good, whereas four-wheelers is quite damp. IEX was one which got hurt because government wants to change the way how the tariffs are calculated. So there was some issue there. Realty stocks saw some buying, and then Avenues Supermart fell because that has been one of the retail stocks which has been affected by low growth in sales. The FIs continue to sell 3,700 crores. DI did 2,200. Global equities, this is where the fun and games are. Dow Jones opened in the negative, but it closed at an all-time high. S&P closed at an all-time high. Nasdaq bounced back quite smartly. The European markets, led by DAX, did very well yesterday. Commodities, this is where again the fun and games are. Brent fell significantly. This is because there was news report in Washington Post which talked of Israel going to attack Iran, and it will only attack the military installations and not touch the oil or the nuclear facilities. If that was the case, then and also the attack was supposed to happen before the elections, so that it will not affect anything else after the elections. Whatever it is, if that is correct, then I think a very, very big roadblock has been removed. Now, CPI data came. RBI governor had already warned that CPI data will be poor. So the CPI was 5.49 versus estimation of 5.10. But still, this is the what I call the headwind which has been taken care of. The core inflation was below 4. at 3.5, a slight improvement, slight increase over August. Yesterday, Reliance Industries came with the results. Though the profit is down, EBITDA is down, margin is down, but it is well within the expectations. In fact, it was better than expectations. Now, bad results, better than expectations will mean the worst is over. HCL Tech came up with good results. HCL Tech is one of those stocks where the results are always good, but somehow the market doesn't care too much. So this is a news item which made the oil prices fall down. This is Netanyahu tells US that Israel will strike Iranian military, not nuclear or oil targets. So that is as far as what. Now just let's look at how the why I feel that parabola is going to happen, and let's look at it here. Um, Let me just come here. Sorry, it's always I have this problem. Okay, let's take this here. Now, if you look at Dow Jones, for instance, see Dow Jones. See, the Dow Jones has been, if you take on a weekly chart, for instance, yeah, there we are. You see last September, October onwards it started, and it is just going in a parabolic situation. If you take even the DAX also, if you look at it, it's just been going in a parabola kind of, let's say, pattern. So these are clearly telling you that the last leg is starting, and last leg is going to be very severe. You see this, even your gold, for instance, has been making new highs, somewhat of a parabola there. Good things are, the Japanese yen has started weakening. So, how does a parabola begin, or how does a parabola gain more strength? There are two things. One is the headwind, and one is the tailwind. Now, what were the headwinds affecting the global markets? One was the Israel Iran situation. It looks like it has eased off. So, that is one headwind which has now been eliminated. The second was the election. Now, who will win the US elections, whether it was Trump or whether it was uh, Kamala? Now, it looks like Trump has taken a sizable lead, and therefore, the market is very pro Trump, or Trump is pro market. So, therefore, the headwind of Kamala winning chances have receded. So, therefore, the market has taken wings on that. Then you have another the tailwind. What is the tailwind for the global markets? The tailwind is globally, everyone, all the central bankers are in easing mode, including the most hawkish. Japan says we will not tighten anymore. So that is going to bring up the what shall I say? That becomes the tailwind. So this is here. You've seen the Nifty also from 23 October, when the parabola started, and slowly and steadily it is happening, and we are seeing it now above that. Then another this one. What is about India, for instance? Why should India go up? India, the headwind was inflation. Now got bad inflation data. From next month onwards, the inflation data will ease because of the base effect. This month also was because of the base effect. The second thing is corporate results. Now, corporate results, the worst corporate results were supposed to come from Reliance. Now, Reliance has come, and they are now talking positive. So, that can be from a headwind, it can be a tailwind. Then, what a major tailwind we notice is that between Deepavali and Pongal, that is January 15th, Sankrant, the market, I have noticed for the last 24, 23 years, that 80% of the time, the Nifty is above what was happening on around Deepavali. So it's generally bullish. Sometimes it has been about 10% higher from what happened in what was the trading index, what was the index which closed at on Muhurat Day. So Muhurat Day is about 15 days from now. It's on November 1st. So one can expect a good move into November, December because of the seasonality factor. It's just an expectation because that's what we have seen in the past. So as I said, corporate results, TCS came with the not so good corporate results, but yesterday TCS also has gone into positive. So these things, what were headwinds, are now becoming tailwinds. So that is one of the reasons I have been very bullish. See, liquidity drives the markets. Whatever may be the fundamentals, You can always put a story, and then if liquidity, good amount of liquidity is there, that will get taken care of. So I believe that we are probably entering a parabola. I won't be surprised, because the entire sentiment, if you look at India, is all completely bearish or neutral. As I said, nobody is talking of a new high. A new high is only about 1,000 points from here, but nobody is talking of it, whereas they were talking about it every single month in this year. You just observe what's happening in mass media, you see in social media, you look at spaces, you look at clubhouse discussions, all of them are negative. So negative or neutral, they are not bullish. And here I'm talking of a parabola, which means it can surprise even the biggest of the bulls. Of course, there could be black swans, which we never know what will happen, whether Israel will really, bomb only the military installations, or it will be an all-out war. We don't know that. But the market is telling us that there is good news around, and it is not going to be as bad as what most of us think. So I continue to be bullish. I continue to be bullish on the Bank Nifty and the components of it. So today also we will go and do BTFT, which is buy today for Deepavali. Whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.